this week with the Crypto Weekly Rundown and a special remembrance for a civil rights icon right here, right now on the Ujamaa Network. The passing of Jesse Jackson this week kind of brings together some thoughts that I needed to get out. Um, you're trying to figure out, why are we taking time out? Well, because there is some importance to generational wealth, not just in America, but globally, that came out of Operation Push back in 1971 when Jesse Jackson formed it. This is beyond the photo ops, beyond the fact that he was right there on the balcony with Dr. King when he was assassinated. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson, the man and the organizer. Jesse Jackson in 84 won 3 million US votes. That's 18% of the Democrat nomination process. He was up in the election up against people like John Glenn, who was on that ticket, former astronaut. There was Gary Hart, who finished number two and subsequently dropped out the same time that Jesse Jackson did, when they lost to Walter Mondale, who had a running mate by the name of Geraldine Ferraro, the first female to run in a major party's nomination, be on a ticket, a national ticket. Jesse Jackson was part of that election. But as far as what it means to the African American community, Jesse Jackson's Operation Push, and this is before it became Rainbow Push. Operation Push was designed to grant more access to Wall Street for African American employees. It was doing selective and targeted buying, much the same way some of the national pastors these days organized against Target. Think of it in a larger scale. There was also something else going on internationally called apartheid. Operation Push was pivotal in getting those boycotts started that made corporations like Coca Cola change their policy towards South Africa to end apartheid. And this is one of the things that we need to focus on, and history should not be allowed to erase, because you may have your opinions about what Jesse Jackson was and who he was and what he was about. What we know is that access to funds was a major push in Operation Push, as to why we still have black owned banks to this day. Um, Getting black people into Wall Street, we went from, I think it was 4% to like 11% involvement in Wall Street during that time. The most the African American community has ever contributed or grown in recent history was during that time. So, again, these initiatives did not happen in a vacuum. And if you think they did, well, you will be sadly mistaken. So, I would say give the man his due. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that in the national news because it's being drowned out by all the other stuff that's going on in our body politics right now. And that is to the discredit of the current administration. Now, we can say what we want, but are we really surprised that lying in state would be one of the things that Speaker Johnson wouldn't do? Nah, not in this administration. But again, if you want to look at it from a technical standpoint, Jesse Jackson held no political office. He ran for one, but he was never a representative in the state. He was never a senator, never a governor, had no political office, but he had national importance. And that is the thing that this administration is missing an opportunity on, trying to tone down what we're all seeing. And I think that's on purpose because that's not the image or the message that this administration wants to push out, that this is a country of many people. I'm going to leave it right there and let you ponder on the life of Jesse Jackson and those contributions. And I'll talk to you later.